It says I'm up, so here I am. I'm really hoping this turns into a hangout, and I hope I find some people to hang out with. I mean, it's nice to see you, Richard, of course, but I'm hoping for more than an audience of one and a little bit of participation, not precipitation. I've had enough of that. So how was your weekend, Richard? It was actually kind of nice here, but it snowed. Thought we were done, and then we got a snowstorm. Welcome to late winter, early spring, Which, speaking of late winter, early spring, the spring equinox is going to be my beginning topic tonight because I have found something really, really interesting and really, really highly suspicious about the spring equinox. And I tried to make a video about it last night, but I had had a couple beers and I sounded like I had a couple beers. So I decided to wait till tonight. And hopefully this will be something good. So that would be cool. And you are having a fantastic weekend. Well, that is fantastic. I am happy to hear that. I hope I catch a few more. But I'm going to start, and they're just going to have to rewind because this is really interesting, and I can turn this into a video eventually. So here we go with the spring equinox. It's freezing in here. I think I'm going to have to get a sweatshirt in a minute. Okay. So I decided that I want to start celebrating the solstices and the equinoxes. And I know every Christian I know just will cringe when they hear that. But I believe that God would want you to know Him, to know it in a way that you would be able to find without somebody telling you. And there's the sun. And I'm happy when the spring equinox comes. I'm happy that it's spring, that the days are getting longer than the nights, and I really look forward to that. And so I don't see anything wrong with having a big dinner and inviting people over and celebrating that. So this year, it says on my calendar that the spring equinox is on the 20th of March. And to the best of my knowledge, it's usually the 21st. I know it's sometimes the 20th, but it's usually the 21st. And so I was sitting here last night and I was bored, had nothing to do, and I started nosing around and I thought, I wonder if it's late the 21st, like the actual moment of equality, if it's like late in the 20th and into the 21st, and that's why it's the 20th. Because sometimes I go to a site and it tells me that the full moon is on Thursday, but for me it's on Friday because it happens on Thursday in the UK and I'm at a different time, you know what I mean? So I decided to go and check this out. I could not believe what I found. So I go to timeanddate.com. And I am going to go ahead here and share my screen with you and show you what I found on this website. Where is it? None of that is what I want. I want this one. Let's see if it'll let me go now. There it is. Okay. Timeanddate.com. Now, you come up to the sun calculator and you can look it up according to your area. I'm just going to put in Cleveland, Ohio, because that's close enough. And this gives you a full idea of how much daylight and nighttime that you have in this area on any given day through the year. Goes through the whole damn year. So I come back up here and I'm looking, I'm like, okay, here's the equinox. It's March 20th. That's 12 hours and 8 minutes and 53 seconds of sunshine. That's not equal. That's what equinox means, is equal. And if you look up here on the 17th is the day that there's 12 hours of daylight. Why would they tell us it's the 20th or the 21st when clearly this is well over? I mean, when you're dealing with exact times, that is well over the 12 hours. But here on the 17th, it's the 12 hours of daylight. So, I hope you saw that. Did you see that? Because it asked me if I wanted to share it with everybody, and I thought I already was. So let me come back and see if I can find you, because this is all very confusing. You couldn't see it, could you? The 17th is the day that there's 12 hours of daylight and 12 hours of night, and that is equal. That is equinox. Why are they telling us it's the 20th or the 21st when, according to dateandtime.com or timeanddate.com, whatever the heck that is, the time is equal on the 17th? And it makes it even more suspicious. Oh, yes, you could see it. Thank you. It makes me even more suspicious because we know that they lie. We know that they have information that we don't have, and we know that they lie to us, that they tell us the truth and they lie to us at the same time. And the truth is kind of not really talked about, but the lie is pushed. So it's obviously what most people believe. But there's always an agenda. There's always a reason. There's always something that they gain or that we lose by believing the lie. So what is the agenda behind lying about the calendar? I mean, we know they're lying about the calendar. They've been lying about the calendar. They've changed the calendar and juggled it all around. Supposedly, the only accurate or remotely accurate calendar is the Jewish moon calendar, but I don't even believe that's true, because we all know that the Jews have plenty of reason to lie too. Everybody that's in charge of anything has a reason to lie, but what are the reasons? It's usually money or power. And I don't see a whole lot of money being made by lying about the equinox and when is the actual first day of spring. But we all know that they worship the sun. So it really makes me believe that the equinoxes and the solstices, I think that is proof that they are more important than we're led to believe. We're actually shied away from them. Like I said earlier, all my Christian friends will cringe because it's pagan. And you're told you don't do pagan things. You go to hell. You're going to go to hell and burn forever if you do those things. Is it a coincidence that we're warned away from that stuff and lied to about when it actually happens? So maybe the people that are blowing off the warnings and actually observing these things, it helps them still continue to observe these things on the wrong day. I don't know. So that's where I am. That's what I've been thinking about. It's been on my mind all day today. Why would they lie about that? I wonder what they do on the equinox. What are their rituals, goals? What are they doing that they're hiding from us? So that's where it really kind of becomes necessary to actually have viewers in a live stream, because I'm kind of at the end of what I really wanted to say. I don't know what else to say about it because, like I said, I've been chewing on it all day. And it's creepy. It makes me want to go back and look through, because I imagine on that website you can probably go back through different years of time, I would imagine. But I'm sure there are still other places that you could do that. And it makes me want to go back to previous years and find out when the actual equinox was, not what the calendar said, but when the actual sunlight was equal, and find out who was born that day, who died that day, major events that happened on those days. It makes me really wonder what they do. I mean, we know that they observe certain days for certain reasons. We know they observe September 11th, but we also know that it's not September, it's not 9/11 for them, it's 7/11. 7/11 is the special number because sept is 7, but that's part of them screwing the calendar up. So we don't know which way is up. They got us spinning on a cartoon ball flying through outer space, and we don't know which end is up. And they're telling us what day it is and what age we're in even. These things are important. Even the Bible talks about the passing of the ages. These are important things. Whoa, the 17th, you're going to keep your ears open for that day. Yes, do. I thought that really surprised me. I couldn't believe that. 3 whole days before they say. You know what? It also makes me wonder about that. It just happens to be 3 days. That's weird. Because, I mean, okay, Christmas is celebrated on the 25th of December because the sun stands still for 3 days. The sun doesn't move north or south for 3 days straight. It is in the tomb of the earth for 3 days, and that's why Jesus rose after 3 days, because the sun begins rising and going north again after 3 days during the winter solstice. Gosh, I wonder if the winter solstice is actually the right day too. We should go and look and see what what those things actually are. The shortest actual day. Is it really the day that they say it is? But it's a 3 days, 3 days in the tomb. And then in the summer solstice, the sun stands still for 3 days again in the sky, but it's in the north, and that's the longest days. And then it begins dying and going south back into the tomb again. So what is the significance? Because, I mean, they don't do anything on accident. So it is actually kind of simple-minded of me to even think that the 3 days is an accident. So what is the significance of the actual equinox happening 3 days before they tell us it's actually happening? I don't know. I hope I hope a lot of people see this video and comment. I'll even take shitty comments because it's weird. I mean, that's weird. And it's there. I mean, you can prove it. I'm not just, it's not a conspiracy theory. There's something happening. What is it? You know? So, but we're doing, I'm doing a full turkey dinner. Just like that, that stupid made up November holiday that us Americans celebrate. We are having a full turkey dinner with trimmings, the whole deal, and I'm having family over and everything on the 17th, which is really cool because it falls on a Saturday, so nobody's busy. And afterwards, we're going to have a bonfire out back and celebrate the sun's triumph over the darkness, celebrate the fact that the birds are going to start waking me up in the morning and the sun is going to start getting up really early. I like that. I hate the winter when I wake up and it's 6 o'clock in the morning, and it might as well be 3 o'clock in the morning for how dark it is. Yes, the 17th of March is St. Patrick's Day. That happens every year, though, supposedly. I mean, it happens. I don't even know exactly what St. Patrick's Day is celebrating, but if it's St. Patrick, then it sounds Catholic to me. Of course, he was Irish. I'm sorry, I have to blow my nose. I'm going crazy here. I'm like, oh, excuse me. I'm cold, and it's making my sinuses be less stable than they should be. Yes, and a new moon. See, I'm so glad you're here, Richard. For real, because I did actually know these things. They're on my other calendar. And yeah, I just forgot to bring them up because this was kind of a last minute thing. I was like, you know what? I'm making a backup channel and going live. I'll see who I can hook and say what I need to say. And if it ends up just being a video, I'll post it and then everybody will just know I have a backup channel and we'll try again next weekend. But yeah, see? So the solstice is actually 3 days before they say it is. It's on St. Patrick's Day and it's on a new moon. It's really weird. So, shrouded in curiosity and mystery, you know? I don't know what to make of it. I'm looking forward to the bonfire on the actual day that I'm apparently not supposed to know about. It makes me want to spend extra time meditating that day. Spend extra time thinking about what I'm hoping to bring forth this spring. You know, I'm about to start my garden and get my seeds planted or get them started. And I'm really hoping for a good garden this year. Last year turned out as one of my best so far, but I didn't get to tend it as much toward the end as I wanted to because it was in the middle of August that I ended up eating concrete at a full run and broke my skull. And I mean, you hit your face on concrete hard enough to break your skull. You don't get up and around a whole lot for a while. And I was down for about 2 months, and it was during the harvest months. So a lot of my garden just went to waste. I mean, it wasn't a complete waste because I opened the gates and let the chickens in, and the chickens ate the bugs and ate the veggies and put it all into their eggs. So, I mean, I guess I got it still somewhat, but I would like to actually have the veggies. Um, I found a ad on a Facebook group in my local area, buy sell trade group, and this guy was selling 10 boxes of canning jars. And they're mostly quart canning jars. No lids or rings, but that's okay because you can get those easy enough. But there's probably 120 jars, and I paid $70 for them. It's like a crazy good price. So I'm armed for when my veggies come. So I mean, the beginning of spring, and it seems to be a really special day for some reason. So it really makes me want to really focus on those things. Make sure I'm focusing on what I'm wanting to create instead of focusing on anything negative that day. I mean, I guess that's about the best I can do, right? I don't know what other significance it might hold or what I can do to ride that wave. I don't know what the wave is. That's a little unsettling. Makes me a little paranoid when I'm naturally prone to it already. But anyway. Well, there's 5 other people other than you, Richard, but everybody's being real quiet, so I'm just sitting here rambling at this point. They all missed the beginning, so you guys will have to go back and listen real quick to the whole weird stuff that's going on with the equinox this year. A little snippet for you is that they lied about what day it is. It's not on the calendar as the right day, and if you go over to dateandtime.com, you can see that the actual equinox, when the days are equal to the nights, is the 17th of March, which is also St. Patrick's Day and also a new moon. And 3 days, which we know there's significance in that number 3 days before they told us, or before they say that the equinox is. So interesting stuff. Interesting indeed. I look forward to the solstice. We're having the ham dinner like we do for Christmas on the solstices. So for the winter and summer solstice, we're doing ham dinner, and then the fall and spring equinoxes, we're doing turkey dinner and family and gathering on the cross of the seasons. I honestly think we were meant to do that. I mean, Bible says that stuff in the sky is there for signs. I don't know anybody that gets signs from the stars. I mean, we're actually warned against it, told that that's satanic and shouldn't look at the stars too hard. They're just suns burning trillions of light years away. They're meaningless. They're not there for anything particular. Don't look at those. Go figure, right? Hi, Sandra. How are you tonight? I am getting a crowd in. That's nice. Anybody want to come on and play with me?
Sure.
Oh, who do I hear? Was that true love?
Sure.
Oh, no, it's Joel. Hi, Joel.
Hi.
I didn't have my screen up. I was looking at the other
So
screen.
I sounded like a girl. That's just awesome.
All you said was sure. The way you said it, yeah, you kind of sounded like her.
That's nice. What are you talking about?
Oh, I've been babbling about the solstice or the equinox. Man, I wish those two words were actually interchangeable, but they're not.
They're not.
Oh, so you weren't here? You just got my link and clicked in?
Yeah, I saw it. See what's up. See what you guys, talking about equinoxes.
Well, I will reiterate one more time that the equinox this year, it says on my calendar that it falls on the 20th of March. And out of curiosity, I went to timeanddate.com or dateandtime.com. I really need to figure out which one it is. Hold on. It is timeanddate.com. I went to timeanddate.com, and according to that, there's 12 hours of daylight and 12 hours of darkness on the 17th of March, not the 20th. And I thought that was weird. Why would they lie and tell us that it's 3 days after it is? And then I thought, well, that's weird. It's 3 days. There's always significance in the number 3 when they're doing stuff. And then Richard pointed out that it is St. Patrick's Day and a new moon on the 17th. And the 17 is a funny number too. So it really seems to me like there's something up with this, and I don't know what's up with this. So I thought I would take to YouTube and see if I could get anybody else to think on it with me.
Is it a pagan holiday that we don't know about?
Yeah, we already went through that. I already went over all of that before you got here.
Oh. Yeah, there has to be something. Maybe they're planning a big attack on us. No?
Well, that's what we were talking about. Not that specifically, but just keeping our eyes open, seeing
something.
go down.
Mm-hmm. See what maybe manifest that day. Could be a coincidence.
Well, if it was just printed on the calendar the wrong day, that's a coincidence. Even that, and it being a 3-day difference, that is even kind of stretching it, but that even seems like a coincidence. But having it be St. Patrick's Day and a new moon and the 3-day difference.
Things always happen in threes.
It's weird. It is. I mean, I'm not jumping off the deep end with it or anything, but I don't know. I find it highly suspicious. That's all. So what are you doing tonight? Just out looking to cause trouble?
Yes, I am here to bother you.
Well, say hello to Sandra. Sandra says hello to you.
Hello, Sandra. Hello, Richard. Hello, anybody else that's listening.
Not many. I kind of pulled this together at the last minute and just figured I'd see what I could turn up with.
Yes, this is your backup channel because you can't do live stream.
Yep, because I'm a naughty, naughty girl who wants to talk about crisis actors and where they hide when they're not working, Naughty, naughty girl. How dare you talk about that?
Yeah. Just in case CIA is listening to this, I have no idea what she's talking about. I do not know her.
Crisis actor. Isn't that like when let's see, Angelina Jolie gets a flat tire? She's like an actor in crisis. That's what they mean, right?
Yeah.
Celebrity boo-boos. And crisis actors, lovely. Anyway, boy,
Yeah,
nothing really interesting happened this week.
no, they're very trying to do damage control for the last 2 weeks. So,
Oh my God, right?
yeah, nothing really major is happening. The Oscars are tonight, you know.
Oh, are they?
So
I'll have to watch some of that.
yeah, so there'll be some Illuminati stuff there, but that's pretty much what probably the world's gonna watch. So
I can't even stand to watch it. I mean, I find it interesting in as far as what they do. It's so brazen, and I like watching the programming because I see it. I'm not looking at it and being programmed,
yeah,
so it's different, but I still can't stand to watch it. It
yeah,
makes me mad, and I'll get up and start ranting about it and shit. So I'll probably record it on DVR so I can zip through it when it starts to piss me off so I can watch the highlights.
yeah.
But I'm sure the internet will be filled with video. That's probably what I'll be watching all morning tomorrow is everything about the Oscars.
Well, there's gonna be somebody out there that was gonna push the agenda for gun control.
Oh, you know it.
So
They'll probably be wearing something or have a ribbon for Florida. There'll be something.
yeah, there'll be something definitely. Just to get my favorite celebrity doesn't want guns, so I don't want guns. Just to you're not a fan of mine if you like guns. Some stupid things like that, just to push the narratives. It's gonna happen sooner or later. They're gonna keep pushing it, pushing it.
There's a really great meme that's going around Facebook currently that says something to the basic tune of why do I need to own an AR-15? Well, why did Rosa Parks need to sit at the front of the bus? In a free society, you don't have rights because you need them. You have them because they're your rights. And I like that because yeah, it seems absurd to me that people want to take guns away from law-abiding citizens because non-law-abiding citizens are using guns. It's just
Listen, listen. Like alcohol has killed more people, and what they don't take alcohol. They're
oh,
not gonna take alcohol. Cars has killed more people, but what they're gonna take car because now cars are a weapon.
all right. Sandra's going to film the moon.
Oh,
She's
is she?
listening outside, but she's going to film the moon. I'm psyched. I love film of the moon and the stars. I mean, I don't know. I could not find stars more fascinating.
Yeah, I tried to get serious 4 days ago. It was pretty
Yeah.
interesting because it was just just a bright round circle on my video, but other people has different views of it. But it might be my exposure. I might have to have people help me
Do you have
figure
a
out.
tripod too, or
Yeah,
just
I have a
camera?
tripod and everything. I tried to get the full moon 3 days ago, and it was so cloudy, so cloudy.
You need to zoom in there and get a picture of that flag that's up there. I'm dying to see that
Oh,
sucker.
it's there, it's there. I seen it. And
Well,
in
one
NASA
of my
photos.
favorites is, don't you know that they shoot lasers up there and bounce it off of stuff that's left on the moon? And I'm like, yeah, I saw that episode of Big Bang Theory too.
Yeah, yeah, that's Star Wars. Ronald Reagan. It's bouncing off laser programs and stuff. Silly, but that's just they hear something, and I think I've been a victim of that too, where I just hear something on the news and then take it as fact, and then I tell somebody else, "Oh, did you hear this
Yeah.
happened?" And then you start accepting as a fact, well, not even knowing the basis of the truth. You just heard it. That's it,
Yeah.
and that's what.
Well, and that's the problem with the media. That's the problem with the fact, the actual fact that the government has passed a law that says that the news can lie to you. The news is for entertainment purposes only, and they are allowed to lie to you. Just because they say it on a news broadcast does not mean that it has to be factual, because it doesn't. And so you probably heard it on the news and it was presented to you as though it was a fact. And so, of course, you repeated it because you thought you knew something and you wanted to share the information. And then it turns out to be nothing.
That's a very interesting point, because I don't know if you know this channel. It's called, I think it's, forgive me if I'm wrong, it's called Sane Progressive or something like that. Her channel is Sane Progressive, and she had a great video where she talks about crisis actors are legal. It's not. It is not illegal. We can. I mean, we can be upset because they're deceiving us, but they can't get in trouble in court-wise or legalists at all, because there's a law that was passed that they can use crisis actors to push in agenda.
Yep.
So I thought that was very eye-opening.
Have you seen? I think it was you. I think I sent something to you about it. I don't know, that one kid, the one kid that's now famous, a famous crisis actor from the Florida thing, because there's pictures of him on the set of CNN and stuff like that, and he's putting out. There was an article about him where he's all quoted and everything, and how upset he is, and he is not an actor, and it is outrageous that people are saying these things. And it's like, dude, there's pictures of you with your name in graduation photos from 2005. That makes you 30 freaking years old. And the first time I looked at him, the first thing I thought was, that kid is not 17. That is not a 17-year-old kid. He reminds me of what Michael J. Fox looked like when he was in Family Ties and in Back to the Future, because he was like 25 in both of those things. But he played a high school kid.
Yeah, I don't know. That was a David Hoggs, his name.
Who?
David Hoggs.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And like, what kind of name is that? He's a pig. Are you kidding me?
Oh, snap! I didn't even put that together.
Sandra says there's crisis actor recruitment websites. I heard that
actually, yep, that is very true.
I heard that the like Craigslist ads and stuff that have been posted asking for crisis actors and stuff, I heard that those were not legit, but I don't know if they are, or if I just heard something that was bullshit. I try not to repeat things if I don't know for sure, and so I really don't know, but I did hear that those were BS. So I don't know about the sites. I would love to find some. I wonder how hard they are to find. Like, do people actually set out and Google search, how can I be a crisis actor?
I don't. I'll tell you what. I can give you that video, Sane Progressive, and she gives you many links. There's like 3 or 4 or 5 sites where they ask, basically, we help,
Yeah, send me over the link, because I'll post it in the description with this video, because I'm sure more than just we will be interested.
Yeah, that's how I found out about the law being passed. So it's legal, and we can't do nothing but gripe and groan.
There's laws. There's laws that say that they do not have to tell you the truth, and they can lie to you on the news. And then there's patents on TV programming as a mind control device and a mind altering device. It's like they took the device.
Yeah.
They said, this is going to control your mind. Then they pass laws saying we can lie to you through this. And then I pick this up and I show it to somebody. I'm like, look at this. And they're like, you're so stupid. You need to go back to high school. What are you, retarded? And I'm like, are you kidding me? I find that very distressing, how much the average person either A, doesn't give a shit, or B, thinks that I'm just insane. I mean, the proof is right there. You can find it if you look. But I'm nuts.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's not easy.
But yeah, hog.
Hog, pig.
Truth in plain sight. Are you kidding me? They do shit like that, though. Oh, yes, of course I can wrench you. I should have wrenched you already, honestly. I try to wrench everybody. Makes things easier. Here, we'll wrench Richard, too. There, you should be able to paste it now. My cat is really mad at me that I shut the door on him. He keeps knocking on the door. It's really getting annoying. I might let him in just because he's annoying me.
Well, there was a law, I forgot what year it was, but there was a law where it was illegal for them to lie to us. You know, there was a law, but it was changed in 2014 or something to where they're allowed to manipulate.
I think, well, there is laws against blatant lying because you can't, I can't be like, drink lemon juice. It will make you live forever. That's false advertisement. You can't say something will do something that it won't because there's laws against that. So it's got to be a thin line.
Yeah, but I was reporting what I thought was correct, and I was wrong. I'm sorry. So we it's just. But they will say, like, I heard the new one is like it's a program. So you've always been watching a program. Our program was to let you know about the news. Unfortunately, we have that's a lot of times news are negative because I have to create the chaos. Otherwise, it'd be boring. Oh yeah, a cat was saved from the tree again. Hooray, fireman! Right? Nobody wants to hear that story again. That was good in 1960s, but we need more.
I have to share this. Thank you, Sandra. You wonderful, wonderful woman. I'm sorry. Did I just assume your gender? My apologies. You wonderful human.
She's a camera. P900.
Share. Okay. You can see this, right?
I think they can't. Yes.
Crisis Solutions.
Yeah.
Our clients include governments and high-profile global corporations who expect us to provide crisis management approaches that match 21st century requirements. This includes harnessing cutting-edge technology. Crisis Solutions is Europe's leading crisis simulation company, the Crisis Simulation Company. Our core job is helping clients become crisis ready by providing world-class simulation tests, training, and plans. If clients do get in trouble, we help them navigate their way out. We've been doing this since 2000. Oh, they have a Twitter. Oh, I am so following them on Twitter. Blog. 4 questions to ask prior to running a crisis simulation exercise. Oh my God. This is interesting.
Yeah, there's other sites too. So it's out there. So people.
Oh, I am so going to apply to be a crisis actor.
I want to be one too. I want to be like a whistleblower though.
Well, I figure I'm pretty close to Cleveland. The downside is though, if it's a crisis actor that goes live, I don't want to get freaking shot because I was at that place when it went down. I'm
then it'll become real.
Acting. Well, not that I would go through with it and actually participate in something like that, first of all, honestly, but I can see the value in that though, honestly. Like the value in having somebody set up a crisis, like for your school. They set it up, you don't know what's going to happen, and everybody tries to follow previously agreed on emergency things, and that's how you keep people safe. I mean, honestly, the whole thing makes sense. but everything makes sense if you use it the way it's intended. It's when these dishonest, money, power hungry psychopaths get a hold of stuff, that's when it starts getting used for nefarious things that it never was intended for. Boy.
Yeah, because a lot of times, even like simulation is to help, like you said, is to help, so we can prevent it the next time. So,
I did crisis simulation with my kids. You want to teach a kid how to get out of his bedroom if the house is on fire? Wake him up banging on his door with the smoke alarm going at 2 o'clock in the morning. That, you put that kid under pressure and out the window, go this way. Come on. Is it hot? Touch the door. I mean, you can't think straight in a crisis. So going through a simulated crisis helps you to get the steps in your head. It's not a bad idea, but don't let your government in on it. Jesus, that's scary as shit.
did they have funerals for these kids?
Oh, I have no idea.
No.
Pretty much as soon as I realized that the whole Florida thing was bullshit, I stopped paying attention. I stopped listening.
Yeah.
If I saw a good meme float by, I would snag it. But other than that, once I knew it was fake, what's the point? It's like, no, I'm not into fairy tales. I'm reading the real shit. Or at least trying to. And if people died, if things actually bad happened, I'm sorry. I mean, I am. That's not cool. And I'm not trying to minimize it or blow it off. But I know that was set up. They want me to feel bad about that.
Yeah. Wouldn't you think they would actually do it so that there's no risk of being, accused of being faked? Like, I know it's more morbid, to, actually take people's life, but in their department, you would think that, like, they actually, that way they can, like, it really happened. There's no wavering, if it really happened. No, people really died, but I don't know what the end goal.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, a lot of people think it's just about gun control, and I really don't think it is. Look at all the shit that they pass without asking anybody, and they slide it in secretly, and nobody has a clue until it's too late.
Yeah, but guns, to take people's gun, like if they had a law, let's say hypothetically, Monday, they say, hey, we're taking everybody's guns. That's
I don't think they'll ever take them. I think they'll make it impossible to buy them.
Also,
everything will be black market because you won't be able to go into Walmart and buy a 22 anymore. That'll be illegal.
So the guns you had now are, okay, but there will never be guns to buy in the future.
And if you can't buy a gun and there's no more ammunition for sale, the guns that you have are now useless.
Yeah.
You want to see what I got? Ha ha ha, this is awesome. This is awesome.
All right, guys, I'm getting kind of nervous.
Oh, be nervous.
She's gonna bring a weapon out. What's going on?
Isn't she a beauty? This is a pellet gun.
Oh, it looks real.
This is a Benjamin. It's an air rifle. This is a crazy powerful scope. And all this does is shoot hollow point 22 bullets with no gunpowder. If they took guns, if guns became illegal, this would not be illegal. And this would put a hole in you, the same size hole that a 22 would put in you. So I could hunt with it. I could defend myself with it. I know a 22 doesn't do a lot of damage, but if I'm unloading it, because it's air, so it's, I believe, semi-automatic, and it goes. It's pretty freaking badass. And my husband just went, there's 500 pellets in here. My husband just went and bought like 20 of these the other day because he saw them in a store and he was like, oh, I like this thing. I haven't actually shot it yet. We just got it, but I'm pretty psyched about it. It's pretty damn sweet. I like it.
Thank you for putting it down.
It's unloaded. The thing's not even in it. And I don't have babies at home. You know, I don't have a 4-year-old running around or anything. The only kid in my house is 16, and he knows how to load and unload a gun, and he's not on pharmaceuticals. He doesn't even go to public school. He's not a shoot up the town kind of kid. He wouldn't even kill a critter. He wouldn't have the heart to do it. He would target practice. But, you know, so we don't have little kids running around. I don't have anybody that's going to shoot themselves in the head or shoot somebody else playing with something they shouldn't play with. And they're locked up, and my room gets locked up when I'm not home. And there are safe ways to handle a gun. And I'll tell you what, the best way, in my opinion, to handle a gun around a kid is to teach the kid to respect the gun and know how to handle it. My dog is on to something outside that's just upsetting him. When I was 12, I learned how to take a rifle apart and clean it and put it back together and load it and unload it and check it. And I learned to respect them. I never wanted to go touch it because I wasn't allowed. I think that's where people run into big trouble. They're like, you don't touch this. This isn't a toy. Well, of course the kid wants to play with it. He wants to see it. What's so cool about it that I'm not allowed to touch it? But if they respect it, if they understand it, if they shoot it once and it almost puts them on their ass and they're like, holy damn, that's got a lot of power, they're never going to be playing with it in the closet when you're not looking, because they're probably going to be scared of it. That's a good thing to do. Knowledge is power. Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't even want to hold a gun. I have no interest.
I don't either. I'm not a gun enthusiast.
Yeah. I did take you know how you take a hunting lessons before you get your, I did do that, but then I just did not care. Like, I don't even know. I did it because my brother did it, but other than that, I never looked again. I don't go hunting or nothing.
I am a solution-oriented person. I don't believe in fear. I don't believe in living in terror. I don't believe in worrying. I believe in creating solutions for problems that may arise for you, because preparation is key. And I want to have a few guns and some ammunition. I want to defend my home if ever I need to. I want to feed my family if ever I need to. I want the ability. I won't pull them out all the time. I don't play with them. I don't go to the range. Let's go to the range. I'm not interested in that. Shooting a gun is a violent experience. I'm not really into violence. But the day I'm defending myself, I'm going to use whatever means necessary. And I like having a gun in the house.
Yeah.
And it is my right to do so.
So, like, okay, the gun's not loaded. So if somebody just comes out of nowhere, you have to load that gun right away.
Somebody would have a really hard time coming out of nowhere in my house, given that I have 3 dogs.
Oh, yeah.
3 loud, well, I'm sorry. I only have 2 dogs now. I forget that Abby's not here anymore.
Yeah.
But my 2 male dogs are big and loud, and one will bark at the other if he farts too loud in the middle of the night. So seriously, you are going to have to be pretty sneaky to show up out of nowhere and surprise me. I mean, it's possible.
Yeah.
But
well, it's good to have dogs.
And I didn't say my guns are unloaded. I said that one's unloaded.
Yeah. Like the dog I have right now they won't bark. They won't.
Oh, your dogs are older though, aren't they?
Like, well, yeah, I guess. I mean, they just won't bark. They won't bark. Like, I was telling a friend that they probably tell them where I sleep. Like, come on, over here. Down the hall. He's over here.
There.
Yeah. Maybe he'll give us a treat because that was a good
The one
dog.
that hoards all that meat, he's in there.
Yes.
Open the fridge before you go, would you?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it has been a pretty quiet
Yeah.
week or so since
Nothing
they
major.
tried to convince the world that they put a car in space and then created a false flag school shooting so everybody would stop talking about how fake it looked.
Yeah, it was pretty horrible.
It
And
was beyond horrible.
I mean, I just can't believe, like, majority of people believe it. Like, I go to the chat just to see the chat, what people are saying, and they're like, oh, this is amazing. Tesla, or like, what's that guy? Elon is a god. He is a god. Like, they
Oh my
just
God.
worship, like, this stupid car that they think is in the space. Is this still in space? I don't even know what this is doing right now. Is it parking? What is it? Where's it going?
I believe it's supposedly headed to Mars.
No,
Yeah.
I thought that was a joke.
How
No,
many billions of dollars do you want to bet that it makes it through the asteroid belt completely untouched?
is there a live feed of it or no? Did they stop doing that?
Oh, I have no idea.
Wow.
All I watched was that one interview on CNN, and the only reason I watched that is because I kept seeing stuff and people were talking about it, and other people were like, I can't believe you think that's real. And I was like, no one thinks that real. That can't be real. That's got to be a joke. And I went and watched the video so I could say, see, this is a joke. And it wasn't. That was the stupidest damn thing I have ever seen in my life. That's worse than pictures of Pluto on Pluto.
No, I don't know. That's Pluto is pretty awesome.
That's worse. I mean, it's faker than pictures of Pluto on Pluto. It's like, how on earth are you people actually looking at this and still believe that this is a legitimate branch of government? Seriously. Are we not looking at the same thing or what?
They refuse to see it. They're blinded.
Yeah, they are.
I don't know. It's like the Matrix. Morpheus. Like where he goes. You have to understand, most of these people are not ready to be unplugged.
Mm-hmm.
So they hopelessly depend on the system. Because and they will fight to protect it.
Yep.
They don't want to lose that safety net of illusion.
Yep. I know people firsthand who are they could not handle half of what I know. And half of what I speculate, but am pretty sure of, but can't prove, so don't know. But I don't like knowing what I know. I wish I could unknow everything and go back to giving a shit about the shallow things that are meaningless. I really do.
Yeah, I think it'd be easier, but then I don't know. In a way,
I'd have enjoyed my ignorant bliss more if I'd have known that it was going to end.
yeah, there's no way stopping it, and I think it's just gonna get worse and worse. And someone, I forgot who it was, but somebody made a good point that it's like SpaceX and all these things. It's just to test to see who's still the sheep.
I think it's true. I
You know,
really do. I
just
don't
to
see
see.
how it can be untrue. How else can you explain the blatant bullshit?
It's you know, it's like I was telling a friend, like when I first, like 2 months ago or whatever, three, where like, when you tell, your friends saying, hey, I saw your girl with another guy. It's like, nah, that my girl not gonna do that, right? She ain't
Mm-hmm.
gonna do that. She ain't gonna do that. No way. No, she loves me. You know, she's with me all the time. Well, yeah, because it looks good, right? Most of the time, this looks good. Everything we see, it looks good. but it's that all you need is that 10%. You know, sooner or later, your sense will find you out to where, okay, maybe she was with this guy. Maybe she was lying to me. The illusion that she's perfect is gone now.
But the shitter is, if it was a woman, if you were dealing with a woman and you found out beyond a shadow of a doubt, not a doubt in your mind, that that bitch lied to you, you would never trust another thing that she had to say.
Exactly.
She could come in soaking wet and be like, man, it's raining out there. And you'd be like, yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. But our government lies over and over and over and over, and NASA over and over and over and over. And people are like, it's too big of a conspiracy. You guys are stupid.
Yeah, they say they refuse to. Yeah, again, they still, they still love NASA. See, they still love their girlfriend. They don't want to accept that. It has to. Unless there's photo of her with the guy, in the bedroom or whatever. It's gonna take some people need more than
even that kind of proof isn't enough for some people sometimes.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. It's hard to let go of something you love. And then one of my I don't know if you know Shield Scanner. He made a good point where he says a lot of time people are fear of having to rebuild. They have to rebuild their life, so they don't want to, like, we're going through this bullshit of having to deal with their lying, and it sucks. And a lot of people don't want to let go because they have to rebuild. They don't want to rebuild the construction of, okay, where do I go from here? Now that I know I've been lied to, I don't have something I love. Everything I put my trust in, was NASA. I didn't believe in God. So and so. All that is out the window because now I have to realize there is a God. There is, a creator, and now NASA is a joke. There is no space. All this, you got to start over. And a lot of people don't want to do that. So they still keep their girlfriend.
Well, she was hot.
Yeah, I mean, she was beautiful. The story she told, it was amazing.
I personally loved the notion that and I think that they did that on purpose, because I think that there's an innate part of us that knows this. I have always felt uncomfortable here. I've never fit in anywhere. I've never had a large group of friends or anything like that. I mean, real people that I've connected with. Acquaintances, sure. I know people and I talk to people. I'm a friendly person. I'm sociable. So I do make friends easy, but I'm talking like you and me, we connect. We're friends. Yeah. And there's a small handful of people that I connect with and that I count as my friends. Because generally speaking, I feel like the oddest man out everywhere. Everywhere I go, I'm not like other people. And I feel out of place here. I feel like I'm in the wrong place. And to hear the notion that some of us are actually from other galaxies, it was like, yes, that sounds like something I can get on board with, or at least consider, because that made sense to me. I don't feel at home here because I'm not actually from here. Maybe, my bloodline or my genetic material or whatever makes me up, my soul or whatever comes from somewhere else. That makes sense to me. But now there is nowhere else. This is it. It's right here. Yeah. But it's a higher right here. It's up more. And I have found that I am rising in my own frequency over the years. I can feel it happening, and it is changing the things around me. I think the reason that you and me connect, and I connect with the other people that I do right now, is just because we're all on the same frequency and we're experiencing these same changes. Like, our world is changing and it's our collective world. So we get each other on this plane, you know, if
Mhm.
that makes any sense at all. Welcome back, Sandra.
Yeah, I mean, it's a resonation. You got to resonate with somebody. Like even people that say they're awake or whatever, they're not told. They're still not awake. When I talk to them, it feels like I can't relate to you because it's still a paradox of the connection. You can't. Sometimes you just can't reach people.
I can't even commiserate with people because the things that cause me misery that I want to share with somebody, that's not what they want to talk about. They want to talk about this bitch that pissed them off, or they really wanted to buy this thing and they can't because their mate bought something else instead and they're living paycheck to paycheck. So, and that's their most major concern at the moment is buying that thing or having that thing or getting a new something else or whatever. And I'm sitting here like, gosh, I'm trying to connect with you on something deeper than what you play on your video games or what football team you like or what political group you subscribe to. It's like, come
Yeah.
on, let's talk about actual things, not things we're lied to and told to like, but actual real things. What bothers you? What upsets you? What makes you happy? What gives you hope? People don't want to talk about that shit. They don't want to talk about real things ever.
And I mean, maybe that's just designed too, because I mean, that's why they want you to be busy. That's why they want you to, get married, reproduce, have a job. Now the both both couple works. Got to keep them busy. So they don't think. You know, so they got too much iron in the fire to where they don't have to think. Like, man,
Well,
I got too
it's
much
not even
bills.
so much I don't think that they don't have to think, it's that they don't have time to. Because
Yeah,
by the time they have 5 minutes to sit down and think about these things, they're exhausted. And all they want to do is eat something and freaking relax for 5 minutes before they have to hope to fall asleep and get enough sleep to get up and do it all again tomorrow. It's exhausting.
I know. All I want is ice cream. I don't want to think about David Hoggs. I just want ice cream, man. Like, but yeah, I get it. I mean, because a lot of times I hear people like, like, in fact, I was talking to somebody just a few days ago who's not a flat earther, who's not a conspiracy, but it was like, they were in California. Like, man, it's hot in California. I was like, no, it's cold in Michigan, and like they're like, oh, wow, isn't that weird? Isn't that weird that it's hot here and it's cold there? I was like, yeah. And I wanted to say, yeah, it's funny that the sun is 93 million miles away. And yeah, one few thousand here later, but it's just people notice these things, but they just, oh, it's funny. Oh, it's funny. It's funny that's hot in California.
Well, what they do is they assume that there must be something that they're not understanding.
Yeah.
And so they're just not getting it. Smarter people have figured this out, and I'm sure that they're right.
Yeah. I mean, that makes a good point because looking back, let's just say a year later, maybe she finds out that NASA lying, whatever, and she goes, "Man, there was that one time I was wondering why weather was so different in Michigan and California. Man, that makes sense now, because it didn't register, but yet she, they're thinking. These people are thinking, and they haven't. It hasn't hit them to where they have, it was always in my face. It was right there."
That's what I love about having the NASA deception is that I'm not telling you anything. All I'm doing is pointing out weird shit and going, did you ever think about that? What is that? Why would that be that way?
Yeah.
You think about it. I don't tell me I'm crazy. I'm just saying, did you ever look at that? It's weird. I think you accomplish more making people think because
Yeah.
when you tell somebody that goes against what they already believe, they're first initial reaction is to defend themselves. Like the last video that I mirrored, and why flat Earth is psyop.
Yes.
So many people got their ass all in a twist, and all they wanted to do was discuss how I was wrong, and it's the globe that's the psyop. And I tried to make a video about that last night too, and it just kept coming off too snarky, and I didn't want to be snarky about it. But I'm like, seriously, people, this is a psychological operation. The whole thing, the fact that we're actually talking about the shape of the dirt under our feet is a psychological operation. You can call it the NASA psyop, you call it a globe psyop, you call it a flat earth psyop, you call it whatever you want. You can call it the happy chicken dance psyop. But if we're talking about the dirt under our feet, we're all talking about the same thing. And it's so stupid that we're actually going to argue about what we name it instead of actually watching it. And then some people actually commented that the earth is actually flat and I don't know what I'm talking about, and this is why the earth is flat and yada, yada, yada. And it's like, you didn't even watch the video. The whole video was about CAA owning Google Maps. They own the map that you're supposedly following. That's the psyop. They're lying to you about what the map is. And I got these people that are so hell-bent on being right. They don't even look at the information provided. They just defend their perspective and tell me I'm wrong.
Oh, well, you were even screen sharing, the facts. So when you were saying that it was owned by CIA, it was right there. So I don't know.
I wasn't doing anything.
Oh, yeah, you're mirrored.
My friend Martin uploaded that, and I just thought it was an awesome catch, and I stole it from him. Actually, I tried to steal it, and I wasn't allowed to, and he gave it to me because for some reason my downloader wasn't working. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. It's past my bedtime. I didn't sleep well last night. I sound like I'm drinking almost because I keep tripping over my own damn tongue, and I don't know why.
I'm sober.
I'm sober too. I'm drinking warm freaking water here, dude. It's Sunday afternoon. Who do you think I am? Okay, I would have a beer.
I'm not gonna say nothing. I know. I would like a drink, but I'm not gonna.
But I do think I'm gonna wrap up because we're up to 10 viewers. Got a couple more somewhere along the line. I didn't really expect a good turnout, but I wanted to talk about the Equinox, so I figured I would do it this way, and that would at least give me a chance to see if anybody would come play with me. And thanks for coming to play with me.
No problem. I'm glad I can contribute a little bit. I don't have a lot to offer since there was nothing really.
You know what? Just having somebody that answers back is nice. It helps keep stuff going. It's hard when you're sitting here talking to yourself.
Yeah.
Just having somebody nod along helps.
Yeah, I'm nodding. Yes, I agree.
Clarissa Reed would like to know if I'm still, I assume she's talking to me, still taking borax. And yeah, I don't take it every day. I probably take it
once
a week. When I think about it, I'll put it in my smoothie. But yeah, I'm still taking it. And actually, I'm now talking to somebody else that my husband encounters in passing when he works at this one place. And I'm emailing with her now. She has shown me some really interesting stuff that I'm hoping to learn a little bit more about and share with everybody when I get there. But I've got her looking into the borax conspiracy because she apparently has joint and arthritis issues. And I hope that helps her out, because my husband told her, yeah, she takes something, I think it's borax. And she's like, oh, it couldn't be borax. And he's like, no, I think it is, but let me ask her. And she was like, okay, you ask her. And then when I told her, oh yeah, it's borax, she's like, really? Oh yeah, look into it. It's interesting stuff. I even had people in the comments of my borax video telling me there's additives in borax that makes it poisonous and you have to get food grade borax. And it's like, there's no such thing as food grade boron. It's borax. That's what borax is. There's no additives. It says right on it what the ingredients are. There's no anti-caking agents or anything, no soap or detergent. It's just mined boron. That's all it is. Sandra uses it for her hands. How long have you been using it, Sandra? And how are you finding it? I mean, have you noticed a difference? Now I gotta wait 20 seconds so she can hear me.
Don't forget to record Oscars.
Say what now?
Don't forget to
Oh,
record. Don't forget, it's gonna start pretty soon, just so you know.
yeah, it probably starts at what, 8?
I don't know. I'll check in a sec.
Yeah, I definitely have to record it. I wouldn't be
Yeah,
able
eight
to stand
o'clock.
watching it.
Yeah, 8 o'clock.
She's been on it for 6 months. That's quite a
What
while. That's probably, I
is it
guess it's
for
probably been about a
arthritis?
year for me.
Is it for arthritis, bone? What's it for?
Yeah, well, yeah, she said she takes it for her hands. Do you have arthritis or like bone issues? You know, arthritis is such a bullshit term. I told somebody that like a couple weeks ago and they got mad at me. And I'm like, no, listen to me. Any kind of swelling in your joints, any kind of swelling or inflammation, discomfort, anything like that in your joints, they tell you is arthritis. Arthritis is a blanket term that covers inflammation in your joints. It could be caused by any number of things. You could have 5 people that have swelling in their joints and their hands, and it's caused by 5 different things, but all the doctors will tell each of them that they have arthritis and treat it with the same pharmaceuticals and crap that actually just further degenerates the bones and the joints. It's like our medical system is complete madness. It really is. It is complete, utter madness. And it's my lack of a high school education that leads me to that conclusion, apparently.
Hmm.
Yes, Sandra has arthritis. Well, I'm glad it's helping you. I've heard such wonderful, wonderful testimonials about it. I the only thing I've ever heard is that it either helped them, they didn't notice a difference, or it upset their stomach. The upset stomach seemed to be kind of frequent, but it turns out that if you take too much of it, it'll make you kind of funky. So I take like literal pinch. I grab it and that's it. It's a pinch. So yeah, good stuff. I love learning about this stuff. It's amazing to learn about this stuff. I mean, there's so much stuff that can help us that's right at our fingertips. You can order it from Amazon or find it even in your pharmacy in the vitamin section and stuff. I mean, there's really amazing stuff, and we're not supposed to know about it. And they even try to scare you away from it by saying, you know, this item not evaluated by the FDA. Thank God. Give me 2. Anyway, I'm going to close up shop and get out of here. So for any of you, oh, I keep hearing about turpentine. Man, I'm going to have to look into that, ain't I? That sounds really scary, but I mean, eating borax sounds scary too. So anyway, this is going to be my live hangout channel. I'm going to go back to my Sunday evening hangouts, and I'm just going to do it here. And just to make sure everybody knows, I will post a commercial or whatever you want to call it on my regular channel to warn everybody when I'm going to be on, to remind them if you want to join me here. And then I'm just going to keep this as a backup channel because I plan on pissing off YouTube in the future. So you have it, but you're scared to take it. I would too. Turpentine. I'd have to read a lot of testimonials about that and really ease myself in. That's scary. That's freaky. Oh, if you do, I want to hear about it. Shoot me an email, conspiracymystic@gmail.com. I love getting emails from people. People send me emails. They ask me the coolest questions and they share things with me. Hey, I saw this and I thought of you. And I'm like, who are you? And thank you for thinking of me. I love that. So anyway, I'm out. Thanks for hanging out with me, Joel and Sandra and Clarissa and Richard. I think that was everybody that I saw, and the rest of you lurkers who didn't say anything. And I'll see you all next weekend. Bye.